Hello and welcome to another episode of the Economic Insider with Garofola Analytics. I am your host, Nino Garofola, and today we are going to be reviewing our forecast for March's job report numbers that will be released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics next Friday, April 6th. So when these numbers are released, we expect to see total job increases of 228,000 jobs for the month, which would make solid job gains for each of the first 3 months of 2018. There are a few signs that point to the labor market being even stronger than we had previously thought, and probably the most telling one is that job openings in January were the highest they've been on record. Now, another big sign of strong job growth to come is that the prime age labor force participation rate is the highest it's been in 8 years. Now, this gauge measures what percentage of the population ages 25 to 54 are either employed or are looking for jobs. And for us, we use this stat as a gauge on the health of the labor market. Now, we view it as such because, simply put, the more demand businesses have for labor, the more attractive they are willing to make the average job. And the more attractive the average job looks, the more likely someone who might not be absolutely in need of a job is willing to look for one, which would boost overall employment as well as the participation rate. So with the increase we've seen in this rate, it explains a lot why we have not seen the unemployment rate drop below 4.1%, even though we've seen some really solid job numbers over the last few months. So basically, the job gains we have seen are merely accounting for the current increase in labor force participants. Now, one final point on the prime age participation rate. It is also an excellent predictor on whether overall wages will be on the upswing or not. As a full labor force is a sign of pressure being put on wages increasing demand. Now, from our analysis, while we are seeing a nice upswing in demand for labor, the participation rate is still 2.5 percentage points away from being at its all-time high in 1999. So while we should be seeing booming wages in some sectors that are understaffed, the overall economy should be experiencing modest wage growth, but not the hyperinflationary wages that many in the financial markets feared just a few months ago. That's going to be it for this week's Economic Insider. I'm Nino Garofola. Thanks for tuning in.